NMG presents Behind the Music with Alex Elbro.
Hello, I'm Alex Elbro and welcome to Behind the Music. In this series we look beyond the music to discover the life, the passion and the stories behind the artists we love. I'll be sitting down with musicians to explore what shaped them, what inspires them and how their personal story is woven into their music. And today I'm talking to Vikki Jones, singer and songwriter with Fred's House and in addition a musical theatre performer. Hiya Vikki.
Hi Alex.
How are you doing?
I'm good, thank you. Bit warm.
Yes, just a little warm. Now, Vikki, I've known you for a long time. Originally through Fred's House and more recently through your musical theatre work and your singing and teaching. But before we look at any of that more recent stuff, can we go back to like when you were a child? Was there music around performing? How did it come about when you were a child?
I think it's all my nan's fault because, well, the story that I'm told is that whenever I was little and music would come on the TV, I think it was My Boy Lollipop.
Oh yeah.
I would sing along with that and I would be like 2 or something and I'd sing along and I'd be dancing away to it. And my nan said, you need to take her to some lessons. And so that was that. I started ballet at 3 and went on to do, different styles of dancing and I always loved to sing. Yeah, and so it's just all developed.
So was anyone else in your family musical or theatrical at all?
Not really. I think my granddad's brother was in a folk band and played accordion, but that's literally about it.
Yeah,
my mother is tone deaf.
Oh, bless her.
By her own admission.
So. But she enjoys seeing your stuff.
She does. She loves to watch.
Yeah. And so, from going from lessons sort of outside school, did you do anything within school as a youngster, or when did it sort of think I'm going to take this a little even more seriously, if you like?
Yeah, well, it was funny because at primary school I was bullied for my dancing and singing. So when I started secondary school, I was like, no one can know about this. And I didn't tell my music or drama teachers that I had this whole life of performing outside of school. And then I got into a West End show when I was 13 and I needed time off school to go and do it. So when they found out, they were livid with me that I wasn't in the school shows, that I wasn't singing in the school choir.
You didn't go into any of the school things at all?
No, because I didn't want to be, I didn't want to stand out, I didn't want to...
So tell us about the West End musical then at 13.
Yeah, that was insane.
Was that Whistle Down the Wind?
It was Whistle Down the Wind, and it was the original cast of that show, and that was quite a journey. I think I learned the word no at that time, because when I originally auditioned, I was down to the final 6 for the part of Brat, and they cast 2, and I missed out. And I was devastated, obviously. It's like, my life is over. And then my agent got back in touch to say, well, they've realised they've started rehearsals already, but there's been an oversight. They haven't cast any understudies for these parts. Would Victoria come back in? And my dad was like, they can't do this to her again, because it was something like 13 recalls. I was in and out of London all the time.
And where were you living?
Casting director, Hemel Hempstead is where I'm from.
Yeah, so you still had a bit of a journey to get there each time.
Yeah, I got to meet Andrew Lloyd Webber and Jim Steinman, even though I didn't really know who he was at that time, but all the parents thought that was pretty cool. Yeah, so I went back in and then I got cast as the understudy. So I was rushed into rehearsals and then the show opened in the West End and there I was. Yeah.
So you had all the thing of being backstage and all the costumes and everything at such a young age. Yeah. That must have given you a taste for performing then.
It was amazing.
Then how did it feel going back into school though after that? Because obviously they knew then the cat was out the bag then.
Yeah, it was, yeah. My music teacher made me sing in front of my whole year group the opening number from the musical, and I was terrified. I got the Elvis leg. If anyone knows what I mean. My leg was like going like that, and I was so scared to sing in front of these people, but it actually weirdly earned me some street cred.
Yes.
Vikki, actually, you're quite good at singing, is one of the comments that I got from the girls that I was terrified of. It wasn't what I imagined it would be. Yeah. So it was all right.
Yeah. And so then from there, you that's at 13. So was that for like a few months or?
Yeah. I think I was in it for around 6 months in total. because at that age you can have more performing days if you're 13, but when you're under 13 you can only have 40 days of the year allowed to perform.
Oh, I see. So that's why they have to have
professionally. So
yeah.
but I was asked to do another contract. That was nice.
Yeah. So you I mean, you already had the taste of it then. So you had an agent. You had you knew kind of, you were starting to get all the kind of management side of it and what you had to do.
Yeah.
And did you then, how did it feel going back into school instead of just going about your day? Were you looking for other things, or
it was fine? I mean, when you're 13, you're at a funny age because you're not really cute anymore. You know what I mean? You're on the edge of, you know. So auditions kind of dried up a little bit after that. It was kind of probably my last opportunity to do something like that as a child actor. And then, you know, I was into GCSEs and I performed in shows locally and stuff like that.
So you did start doing things then?
Yeah, and I was still doing all my dancing and big competitions and all that. So
competitions for dancing, so separate from the performing. So dancing as a kind of getting grades and performing.
They have something called the All England, and you compete. And then you go to the semi-finals, and then you compete in the finals in London and stuff. And before I went to Mountview, I came second in the All England finals with my song and dance solo. Yeah,
so,
my claim to fame.
No, I'm going to say no, but it all adds, because also, like you said, you first learned about heard the word no. I think if you come to it later, it's, well, actually, if you come to it any time, and you have to learn, you have to, like,
rejection.
You either have rejection within any performing things is really hard, isn't it? And how you get out of that and get round that and justify it to your brain, that even if you know that people can say, oh, you know, you weren't the right fit for the thing and it wasn't you.
Doesn't make it any easier.
Doesn't make any of it easier. We are speaking here from experience. But I don't know if, I guess because you did it at your early age, you got used to that and it wasn't terrible for you. Because I think some people would just at that point say, right, that's it, I'm not doing this anymore.
Probably good, and then drama school auditions and going through that whole thing.
So at what age do you do drama school? Was that like 18?
18 to 21,
So you decided that's what was going to be for you, that was what...
Yeah, there was nothing else.
Before that point?
Literally, you know how you have a careers meeting at school, it was hilarious to sit down. So Victoria and I was like, oh, I don't know why I'm here really. I know what I'm doing. I'm going to go to drama school. And they're like, there's nothing else. Let me show you now. I was like, no, you're fine. I'll go now. And I literally left. Thank you. So,
but it's not, I mean, you say that very lightly and you just got into drama school. It's not easy to get into drama school. So, you know, did you like do loads of those auditions?
I don't think I really realised.
No, maybe that's nice.
I only did 2, Guildford and Mountview. I didn't get into Guildford, but I got my place at Mountview.
Maybe that was better in a way.
I think you get into where you're suited, and I think that was maybe the right.
And I hear that a lot from people going to drama schools, that you have to kind of go around and visit them and get a feel for them, because they're definitely teach in different ways and they have a different ethos and everything, and you really need to find the one that you're the fit for, and that often will be where you get the place, of course. So you went to Mountview at 18, and where's Mountview? Is it?
It was in Wood Green in London, but now it's in somewhere south, and they've got a posh new building.
Oh right,
and it's all really fancy, and we didn't have that at all. Like old studios.
So did you go and live in London at that point?
Yeah, moved at down there, and I mean, I was not ready. Really, I don't think. I was quite young in my mind.
Quite young to be even going to these things, even though people think that that's, you know, if you tell people, oh, you could do another couple of years and still it'd be fine. At that time, you don't. You just want to do it, don't you?
Yeah, you do.
I'm sure.
Yeah. So big, scary London, all on your own.
And then, but that was in all performing. Was it in the 3?
Yeah. So musical theatre. So singing, acting, dancing, like 8-9 hours a day, just full on training for 3 years, and you do like showcases and shows in your 3rd year. That is all in front of agents and industry people, and then off you go. Really, they kick you out, and you have to try and fend for yourself.
Big wide world,
along with everybody else that graduates, and the people that graduated the year before them, and you know, it's so many people.
You play piano as well, don't you? Play keyboards anyway. All right.
I'm going to say, well. I'm self-taught.
Yeah. Oh, I didn't know that. Honestly, you're hitting that from me well.
Any proper pianist out there will.
But you play enough to write with your songwriting, and you must know the chords. Do you play any other instruments? Do you? No.
No, I did my music A level and everything. So like I can read music, but yeah, playing piano. That's a skill that's improved since I've been teaching, because I'm
Yeah.
playing all day long.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
It's got better, but
Yeah.
it's still ropey sometimes.
You're not going to hear that. Well, what I think we do though is have a song now. We're going to jump forward, but then we'll come back into the story of Fred's House, which has been kind of the band that you've been with for we were saying, was it 15 years?
It is, yeah.
Yeah. He says that face.
It's terrifying. I don't know where that time's gone.
And we're going to do Walls and Ceilings.
Yeah.
And do you want to just give a little bit of background to that, and then we'll go back and talk about it a bit more?
So this was the first song that I wrote with some help from Lachlan, who's a guitarist in my band, and it was our first sort of EP that we wrote and put together after Griff, one of the founding members, had left. So it felt a bit like a kind of a comeback. It's definitely got a bit more of a polished kind of pop sort of sound to it, but still keeping all the trademark Fred's House things. And yeah, it's just quite a fun song.
Yeah. Right,
Yeah.
we're going to hear that now.
Thank you.
Came into my life like a shooting star. Everybody wants to know who you are. Been looking for a brand new place to start, even just a new place to fall apart. Wanna know where you've been. Come on now, darling, gotta let me in. Got a feeling deep within my soul. Maybe you can make me whole. Like that black ink upon your white skin left an imprint upon my heart. So come on now, tell me, baby, what you got inside. 'Cause I can't see your eyes, I can't read your mind. I wanna love you, but you've been trying to hide. I can't be dealing your walls and ceilings. Can't be dealing your walls and ceilings. Heading on out on the open road. Flip a coin and tell me where you wanna go. Whether it's right, whether it's wrong, you and I will get along. 'Cause you don't have to say what's on your mind. Come with me, leave it all behind. Don't you know this life goes too fast? Leave the past in the past. In your silence, I feel my bones raise like a landslide ready to fall. Come on now, tell me, baby, what you got inside. 'Cause I can't see your eyes, I can't read your mind. I wanna love you, but you've been trying to hide. I can't be dealing your walls and ceilings. Can't be dealing your walls and ceilings. Break it down right to the middle. Don't give up, just show me a little. Won't let go, I'm gonna follow you. Break it down right to the middle. Don't give up, just show me a little. Won't let go, I'm gonna follow you. So break it down right to the middle. Don't give up, just show me a little. Won't let go, I'm gonna follow you. Break it down right to the middle. Don't give up, just show me a little. Won't let go, I'm gonna follow you. Came into my life like a shooting star. Everybody wants to know who you are. So come on now, tell me, baby, what you got inside. 'Cause I can't see your eyes, I can't read your mind. I wanna love you, but you've been trying to hide. I can't be
So that was Walls and Ceilings, and you say that was the sort of start of the new era of Fred's House, if you like. And you had Prue with you.
Prue,
that you can hear
Ward,
on that track.
now Prue Webber Ward.
Yes.
Ward Webber. Don't know.
Yeah.
And so bigger sound, violin, like female vocal harmonies.
Yeah.
Like,
And you two do work well off each other, don't you? In that sense,
we
that
seem
I feel like
to.
you definitely vibe off each
A lot
other.
of people asking if we're sisters,
I know,
which I don't think we really look alike, but it's lovely.
Yes. Well, I think you get on so well together.
Yeah, we do. Yeah, we definitely have a
you've
sisterly bond.
Your costumes, you actually definitely have
Matching.
do matchy on that, so that looks really cool.
We try.
But I feel like we jumped ahead now to say, when did you get to? So you'd come out of college, like you say, all the other graduates looking to then become immediately on the West End and be the biggest star next, and
Of course, yeah.
So you did do some stuff though, didn't you?
Yeah,
Yes.
yeah. I had a few nice jobs. I got a West End gig straight out of college, which was nice. 7 Brides for 7 Brothers. It was very stressful because I was had my own little part in the ensemble, but I was also understudy for all 7 brides.
Oh my goodness.
Including the lead.
That's a mad thing to
It was a bit mad, and I didn't get to go on for ages and ages. And then one week they all decided to be ill on different days. So
Oh, I thought you said you run on, put another hat on, run off.
today I'm Sarah. Then the next day I was Alice. Then and by Saturday I was like,
Who am I?
I don't know who I am anymore. I think I'm Ruth today. I can't remember. And it was hard.
Really hard.
That was really hard. That was
Actually,
a big learning curve.
a real shout out for any understudies or swing
Yes.
parts for all these that have to like say, oh yeah, you just do it for all of them. I don't know how you do, how anyone does it.
No, and you never rehearsed properly. Like,
and
it's
then-
like, go on and do your best. Good luck.
And the audience are like, oh, they've got so and so on. Oh, they won't,
can be,
whatever.
yeah.
And I can imagine waiting in the wings and someone say, oh, so and so tonight, the so and so is going to be played by someone. You can sort of hear the, and you think, oh, that's a good start for whatever it is.
Yeah.
And I think sometimes people don't remember the human behind all of that.
Yeah,
you know.
totally.
But saying that, musical theatre people, I have such amazing respect for having the 3 skills that, you know, the triple threats of the dancing, singing and performing. You know, it is a very special thing. But you have that, and so you were doing those, but you were living in London at that point?
Yeah.
We must have been,
Yeah.
And then at what point did you decide that you were going to do something different, really, or take it in a different angle?
So we all remember the economic crash of 2008.
Oh, I had forgotten about that, but yes,
We had the recession.
Yeah.
And auditions just dried up. And I had been doing some nice auditions in London for things like Phantom and Legally Blonde and stuff, and I was getting to a certain point but then not booking the job, and my agent was getting very frustrated with me.
It's not fair.
I know. And then I did a panto, and I met Griff, who we started the band together.
And were you writing songs at that point?
Well,
Or had you been writing
once
them?
we met, we got together and we started writing songs, and then we were performing little local gigs and stuff in London because he was also an actor, and neither of us were doing a lot, so we just kind of fell into that world, and it felt easier than trying to fight our way through auditions at that point, because we're like, oh, we can get gigs and we can perform.
And get paid.
And sometimes get paid.
Sometimes get paid.
Sometimes get 20 quid. So
your bus fare and your...
that was how that sort of started. And Griff's brother was living in Cambridge, and he was like, my brother's an amazing bassist. And so, yeah, we did a contract out in Portugal, working in a hotel, just playing covers. We did that for 6 months, and that was like a working holiday. And then we came back and we started the band.
That must have been quite nice having a working holiday though.
Yeah, that was,
Was it,
yeah, you can
quite
take...
weird?
I mean, this weather that we've got today, like 35 degrees, you can take that for granted when it's like on tap every single day.
Yeah.
But no, it was good. It was a good time.
But then you came back and then you moved to Cambridge?
We moved to Cambridge, yeah.
And we're starting the band.
starting
And
this
that's when
band.
Fred's House was born.
Yeah, 2011. So.
Wow. And then, so you had the 3 of you at that point.
And
then
Gavin was in a band with Lachlan already.
Right, okay.
So we were like,
we'll
this
have
kid
him.
that plays guitar, I mean, Lachlan was 21. He's like just out of uni and was a little whiz on the guitar. Like, he doesn't talk to anyone. He's like so quiet. But we were like, yeah, we'll have him in the band as well.
Yeah.
He's great.
Yeah.
And we had a different drummer who quickly left. So yeah, it was the four of us for ages.
So you just did the 4, and then you just get a drummer in. Then
we found Paul Richards,
and then you like, oh, I know this. Somebody knows this drummer called Paul, and he came because he was only just standing in effectively.
He played on our first album.
Oh right, so
and we were like, well, this is good. He was in like 10 other bands or something, Alex, because he has ADHD.
Yeah,
undiagnosed. I shouldn't make those jokes. You can edit that out. Tim's laughing. He's like, we'll see. I don't want to offend anybody, but I always say that to Paul, because he's someone who can't sit still. He has to be doing 20 things at once.
Yes, and then on to the next thing as soon as he thinks he might have a 5-minute break.
No, he doesn't understand what that is. No. When he goes on holiday, he hates it. When his wife makes him take a holiday.
Well, because also I met him because he was drumming for the choir I sing with, so that's how our worlds kind of met, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Because he was doing the drumming for that, and then he saw him in this band.
Yeah,
and then,
I know. He's got to have all his fingers in pies.
Exactly.
Every single one.
Yeah. And so for then, that was the Fred's house it was, but you said, that was your first album.
Mm-hmm.
So
Bonnie and Clyde was the first album.
When did that come out then?
2014.
Right, okay.
And I felt, like this is something, this is a good group. And
grown up.
Yeah. We worked so hard on it all.
Yeah.
We put a lot into it.
And were you touring and gigging and everything?
Trying to do everything that we could, playing all over the place. Sometimes we played 2-3 gigs in a day if we had to. All around the place, wherever, whoever would have us, we'd be there. But it's hard. It's really hard to keep that momentum.
Yeah. And so that was 2014.
Mm-hmm.
So you had a few years of doing that, and then things with you and Griff didn't.
We had a bump in the road.
Yes, yeah. And so you went your separate ways.
We did, but we carried on in the band for another 2.5 years.
Oh, okay. So
we split up and carried on the band. That was crazy.
Yeah, that was
really
when
you
hard.
think about it.
Yeah.
You've not had a chance to get over something, have you? If you're still seeing that person every weekend.
Yes. No. Yeah. So, how was your writing then for songwriting? Were you writing separately? Were you writing?
We
both
were.
Writing?
Well, I wasn't writing much at all.
Okay.
I just had a block.
Yeah.
Because we'd always written songs together, so I was just like. And I didn't even know what was going to be happening with the band. I was like, I don't even know if I want to do this anymore. But we had gigs in the diary, so we just carried on ploughing ahead. And I don't think we could have done that without the people that we had around us, because, Griff's brother, Gavin, he's still one of my best friends. He's an amazing person, and he was never taking sides.
Yeah, that's yeah.
Similarly with Lachlan and Paul, such a great little group. And when Griff announced that he was going to leave the band, we were like, okay, well, this maybe feels the time to call it a day. We were all in the car together. I remember that journey so well. It's like, okay, oh my God, is the band going to finish?
What's happening now? Yeah.
And then we all sat there for a little bit. And I remember Lachlan was sat in the front and I was sat in the back with Gav. And no, Gav was driving. I was sat in the back with Paul. Lockie goes, well, if you're going to carry on doing stuff, Vikki, I'd still like to play with you. If you're writing songs or you wanted to do something, I'd still like to play. And I was like, thank you, Lockie, that's really nice. And Gav goes, yeah, I mean, I just like to get out on the weekend. Honestly, I love playing live. Like, why would we
I mean, he's another person
not do that? Oh my God. And then Paul goes, am I allowed to swear? Paul goes, oh, for fuck's sake. All right, I'm in too then. We're like, right, we're carrying on. And that was that conversation.
And
it was like funny.
Yeah, never
and we
in
just all
doubt.
started pissing ourselves because the band finished for about 2 minutes.
Because it could have been that you said you reformed and we're having a different name change. There's even bands that don't.
We thought about doing that.
You've got all that momentum. That's the other thing, which is hard. And brand and everybody knows who you are.
Yeah, I mean, we should have changed the name really, because it's a bit weird, isn't it? But
well, no, because now I think people know you as the band you are now.
Yeah,
because
that's why we didn't.
Yeah, I think after a while, things, and Griff's got a different band now in his own right, and then you play gigs together now, and it's all much more resolved now, should we say?
Yeah.
And the lines are clearer cut, aren't they?
It is, yeah. We've got our own lives, but we're still friends, still able to do the odd gig together. Like, you know, I wish them well, and vice versa. So.
Yeah. So from then, so this is still before Prue joined, or Prue? Were you then thinking? It was just the rest of you.
And then it was like,
were you able to write then?
So no, that's when I was like, I just wasn't writing. I think I just had my head down in the sand and was like trying to get through this thing. And then Griff was writing songs about me and the breakup. And so that was the 2018 album that then came out.
Oh, okay.
So that was, well, I suppose that was just in the time,
because
in
that was
period
still
between 2016 and 2018. So we broke up in 2016. And then,
that's when you carried on for the next
writing
few years.
that album.
So that album it's got much more of his fingerprints on it.
Yeah.
So that's the second album, and then 2000.
That's the third one.
Oh, third.
We did another one in 2000.
You're just throwing your albums out there, like.
Oh, we had just released Fault Lines in 2016, but that was before. Just before everything went.
Yeah. So those two were written jointly, and then.
Yes.
The following one, then you feel less.
It's a bit more
attached to it.
Yeah, but I actually Griff wrote some great songs.
Yeah.
On that album, which you know we still play. In our set.
So we'll move on a little bit.
Yeah.
To when did you decide that you wanted to have another member of the band and then sort of recruit Prue?
Yeah.
And because you know. And give a different sound, because I feel like when you hear the sound now, it's kind of you must have made a conscious decision at some point to change that sound, or maybe it's just because of the people in it.
Yes, I think it was a bit of both. It was like we don't want to step too far away from what we're doing, but we also need to just it needs to be something different.
Yeah.
Gav was like, you just need to front the band, Vikki, and I was like, okay. I never wanted to just be like the sole front person, like. Didn't genuinely, but I was like, okay, I can do that. I think I'll try. And then and it was just like who can we get in to kind of complement what we're doing? So we carried on for a little bit, the four of us, but we just felt that we were missing something, like a layer, you know. And we had another musician join for one gig, but it didn't work out. I'll say no more about that. And then Prue was like, guys, I want to join. She came over for a glass of wine to my flat.
Was in the Willows.
She was
already at this point, and who were quite well established, or very well established as well. And so you knew she had good credentials, as it were. But
I hope she won't mind me saying this, but she had to leave the Willows because she just had so much going on in her private life that she just needed to be a mum, basically.
And also the Willows themselves, everyone sort of. It's been quite. They're just coming back now, aren't they?
Yes, they are.
Which is brilliant. But I feel like everyone had like family things going on, and it was just
it was just that time to kind of move on, and so she was ready for a new project. So we were so lucky, really.
And actually, I might have jumped ahead because I really wanted to ask you about when you went to tour China.
Yeah.
And was that who toured China then? Which
the original, the OG.
Oh, right. So I couldn't remember when you'd gone.
That was 2017. So that was in the midst.
All of this. Oh, that must have been.
I felt like, Alex, you know, when you're like, the universe is talking to me and it's going, because 2016 is when it all went pear-shaped. And then the guys were so desperate for us to carry on. We got offered this gig playing Chinese New Year in Cambridge. It wasn't paid. It was like, come and play. We'd done it the year before, but it was at the Corn Exchange. But this year it was at Netherhall School.
Oh,
It was like in a school hall. And there's like all Chinese people, and then Fred's house playing on this bill. Hilarious. Because this lovely girl, Chinese lady in Cambridge, had seen us play and was like, oh, we want Fred's house to come and play, which is just lovely. And then the promoter of this Chinese festival was there.
Oh, see, I always think that
in Netherhall School. And was like, approached the boys and was like, I run a festival in China. I would love to invite Fred's house to come and play. And I was just like, this guy is such a chancer. What on it? Like, I just was like,
this won't happen.
Yeah, no. And they were like, he wants a CD so that he can I was like,
Oh yeah, he's just trying to get a free CD. Yeah.
Then like a couple of weeks later I get this email from this lady called Coraline saying, I am writing to you on behalf of Dr. Dong, what, I can't even remember his thing now, and he wants to invite you to come and play. And I'm just like,
Oh yeah,
I
right.
didn't respond. But like later that week we were in rehearsal and I said, guys, I got this email apparently from this festival in China, and they all just start looking at me like, you need to reply to that. And I was just like, it can't be genuine. But again, I think I was just so
Down.
I was just so down.
Yeah, yeah.
So like, oh, nothing good can be happening.
Yeah.
But I think the universe was going, come on guys, pull through.
Yeah.
And gave us this lovely
And
opportunity.
you were travelling around. You did more. Did you do?
Yeah, so it was a festival, but it was a tour.
Right.
So they had booked us like 13 different venues, and we were on this tour bus with this Belgian band, and we were just going around and playing all these like little provincial theatres and stuff. And yeah, I think we were just quite different to what they were used to seeing.
Yeah.
So the response was just like mega. We felt like rock stars. It was pretty cool.
And which was the biggest one of those? Was there, because some of them they're big, weren't they?
Yeah, like 2,000 seaters and stuff. And you're just like, where have all these people come from? But I think because it was all part of the festival.
And that was all paid for?
Yeah, we got paid per gig that we did. We were put up in 5-star hotels. We were fed, watered. That was pretty crazy.
Yeah. Oh, I just want, yes, I'm glad I remembered to ask, because it just seemed, I remember seeing that you were there and you're like, how does anyone get that had to happen? And it just shows the right place, right times. The universe was definitely
one amazing thing in 15 years, but I hold on to it dearly.
That is not true.
No,
now we're going to jump back though to saying, so you'd got Prue, then you decided that you were the new band, and you got Prue, and then did you start rehearsing together?
Yeah.
The old songs, or were you trying to do some writing then?
A mixture. So then I was like, I feel like I had a bit of a reason to kind of.
Yeah.
So I started writing some new songs, kind of gave me some inspiration and energy for that. And, and rehashed some of our old songs. Like we took some of the songs that Griffith originally sung lead on. They weren't in the right key for me, but we put them in a new key. We put a slightly different spin on them and like started putting them in our set. And it was cool.
And then COVID.
So we just got Prue.
Just going.
We were just getting going, and then
everything
no gigs,
shut down.
Nothing. Sat at home.
So, how did the band work, or did you try and do anything over COVID times?
We did some videos. We did some lockdown, where we each recorded our own parts at home. I mean, hilariously with like headphones in, and Lachlan was like putting it all together, and like. Yeah, he did a great job.
Yeah.
We put out little videos and stuff. And then when we were allowed to meet outside in small numbers, we did a launch of Walls and Ceilings in Prue's garden and streamed it all on Facebook.
Yeah.
And she had some of her neighbours watching over the fence and stuff.
At a safe distance,
Yeah, and then slowly a few gigs came back, and I mean, it's just interesting. I've got a video of us playing the Beardy Festival. I think that must have been in summer of 2021. And I can just hear that I'm out of breath because we just weren't gigging, you know. We'd all been sat at home and we were like, I would say gig-wise out of shape, but you know, it felt so good to go back and do that. Oh my God. And
so that was Walls, and there was a few, that was that another album that came out then, or was it just...
That's just a little EP. Yeah, it's got 4 or 5 tracks on it, but yes, and then we have a bunch more that are sat in the can with Jake Day, producer extraordinaire, and we haven't released them yet because I haven't got around to it.
So we're going to
that was a plan for a 4th album.
Yes.
We've got about 7 or 8 songs.
So
just not finished.
You are going to make that into an album which will be coming out, I'm going to say, next year?
You are going to make that into an album. That's how she said that.
Do we have a title?
You
and what
are going
I'm going to write that down. Yes, exactly. Look into my eyes, only into my eyes. They will become an album at some point, because otherwise...
Well, or I'll just put all the songs on Spotify and enjoy. Some of them are on Spotify. We've got Ecstasy,
which we're going to play.
We're going to play in a minute. Dark City. and Freight Train, which has not been released, Gaslight, and a couple of others that, that we've got ready to go.
So I've seen you play those live, and they're brilliant.
Yeah, I mean, everyone's bored of them already live, but we have yet to actually put them out.
Yeah.
We're a bit kind of backwards in how we work.
Yeah.
We played them for 3 years before we put them out on Spotify or whatever.
So we're talking about, we're going to play Ecstasy now.
Yes.
So this is from the going to be released album. I'm going to say early next year or late next year. You said they're all ready.
Before 2030.
They're all recorded?
Well,
with Jake, are they?
Yeah, there's a bunch of songs.
Yes. And what's Ecstasy though? How did you write that? And what was
Ecstasy is about lockdown, because I had my mum staying with me in my 2-bedroom flat, and she wasn't very well, and she's a terrible patient. She will understand me saying that. And I just had one of those days where I wanted to scream, like everything was too much. We were all trapped inside, and I was really having a moment. And we weren't supposed to be going anywhere, but Adam was like, let's just go for a drive. I was like, okay.
Yeah.
So the song's about that, really. It's about him going, come on, let's, you just need to take
a breath. Yeah.
We might have broke the law. No, I can't remember. I think maybe we were allowed to.
I'm sure we're allowed to.
Maybe if you were about to commit like
or something,
a serious crime, you're allowed to go for a drive to calm down.
Exactly. It's probably better than a murder.
I think so.
So we're going to listen to that now. It's Ecstasy.
There's a world outside your window, a little different to the one that you know. Everything is slowly changing. It's okay to feel afraid. So dry your eyes, wipe up your mascara. Let the rain run
I feel it's a beautiful song
Yeah.
for a start, and I feel like I can see what you meant, and I think we can all relate to how things were at that time as well. Everything was a bit topsy-turvy, very topsy-turvy.
Yeah.
And so we came out of that.
Yes.
And you're back with the band
Yeah.
doing, creating this album that we're going to have next year. But I think it was probably around that time. You'd been teaching. Had you been teaching all that time, or not? How did you get into teaching? Singing teaching, wasn't it?
I'd done lots of teaching, even when I was doing my own training, and when I was younger, I taught on and off, stage coach, theatre schools, bit of singing coaching, but like not fully. And all through the time when we were at the beginning of the band and when I was with Griff, I was a school secretary working in Cambridge at St. Mary's.
Yeah. Oh, actually, no, you haven't remembered. Yeah, I've forgotten that though.
And it was just
just to get some.
Yeah, it was just Adam, my husband, one day was like, why are you not teaching other people to sing? I don't understand.
Yeah.
I was kind of like, well, I don't really play piano and I can't. And he was just like, no, that's all. I just pressed the thing. He's like, that's just excuses. Why don't you just start? And I thought, you know what? If people...
I mean, Adam has a great way of saying things.
Yeah.
I can imagine just straight down the line.
In his mind, I don't understand why you're not doing this.
Just get on with it, you know.
Yeah, and so I just started going, right, I'm going to do this and put out some things, and I've got some students, and I thought if they're not getting anything from this, they won't come back. Yeah. And here I am. I've got a waiting list as long as my arm, and so that's like 8 years. That was like 2018.
And the students you've had, which is also must be wonderful for you, but have had some great success because you're teaching them, but also coaching them for auditions, or for drama schools, or for parts in local plays, or now you teach in school, you do the whole thing in schools, don't you? So it's not just because I think you must have started at home. Did you start teaching?
Yeah, I was teaching at home a little bit. I mean, in the crossover period, I was doing the school secretary job 9 till 5, and then I'd run home and I'd have a student there at 5:30, and then I'd do like a couple of hours of teaching in the evening after doing my 8 hours already. Plus the band. It was a crazy time. And then I got offered a post at Parkside School to be singing teacher there. And I handed him a notice. Yeah, it must have been a lovely feeling. And I mean, it was, but it was scary as well to go from again being on PAYE to suddenly being but I've been really fortunate, and
now you teach at a few local schools, don't you?
Yeah, Trumpington and St Mary's Junior School as well, which I love.
And you get them through singing exams. Yeah, they get them through. I feel like it is getting through an exam, but so they're learning as they go up. And
some are doing exams, and then some just want to do for fun. Some just want to learn for fun, and they love to sing.
Lovely. And And do you do performances at schools and things like that, or does it not really go to that?
Sometimes, yeah. I mean, I've done my own student showcases.
Oh yes, I remember those.
Did you perform at one?
No, because
no, maybe that was
Melissa did. Bless her.
Yeah, bless her.
But yes. But I came to them to watch them.
Yes.
I don't think you've done one since I've been...
I have been a bit late. I haven't done one in a couple of years. There's just been a lot going on. But I do aim to do some more. But and like you say, coaching them for their drama school and auditions. And
hearing like some of the students get into drama school now must be such a wonderful feeling, because you've taught them that long now that they're that age that they're going through stuff as well.
That's my favourite age to teach, like the 15 to like 19 kind of, they're fully formed humans, have really good conversations.
And you can really get down to nitty gritty in the singing
and the technique and those ones that are really talented, and you can see that they've got it, and you're just kind of moulding them a little bit, and I'm just trying to pass on my experience to them in a kind of way that hopefully encourages them and gives them confidence to go for this big crazy thing that I don't know why we do it, but if they've got that in them, they have to do it.
And it is mad though, because it is such a world that people sometimes say, and sometimes people don't have family support to say, why don't you get the proper job and why that? But then how many of us go to the theatre or go to gigs or go to cinema and want to see all these people perform and do things? And so I find there's a massive mismatch between what the government sometimes will say, you know, like they're taking music out of schools and or performances, and they haven't got the time to fit those into the curriculum because you've got to work on
it's not
this and that.
important. You know, as long as you've got maths and English and
you
science.
go, well, hang on a minute, because what do we watch and what do we enjoy and what in this creative art? So I find that it doesn't make sense, and I wish somebody would just actually stand up and say that that gets it within the government, that actually we do need those. So I remember that terrible advert with a ballerina saying her next job could be in cyber, and you're like, we don't need ballerinas.
That was around COVID times, wasn't it? Yeah, that's exactly what I was thinking of when you were talking.
Yeah, and you think, well, actually, what did we do during COVID? We watched tons of stuff, which was all people that could perform. So anyway, that's my little high horse. I'll calm down now. But from teaching all these people, you got a bit of the itch, didn't you, to kind of, hang on, I want to be performing more. And I know obviously you perform with Fred's House, and saying that, you know, you weren't sure about being the front person. I'm thinking someone that's trained in, you know, all the performing arts has got to be a good front person, because you do need someone that's like can give it some welly and a chat to the audience and that. But that's a certain skill. That's not the same as acting at all.
No, it's not the same.
No.
That's so interesting, because I remember when I started the gigs, I was like, wait,
I should be able to do this.
Where are my lines?
Yeah, exactly.
Somebody tell me what I need to say. Oh, I just have to talk to the audience.
Yeah.
And what I found is that the more I just
rambled,
be myself and that
works.
That seems to work the best.
Yeah.
I mean, I've said all sorts of inappropriate things on stage, and the band just cringe at me.
But then everyone loves that because.
But then it's funny.
Yeah.
Apparently.
Exactly. Yeah. Unintentionally hilarious.
Unintentionally hilarious.
So, at what point did you decide that you were going to dip back into musical theatre, but on a kind of more community level?
Yeah. So I didn't really realise that there was all these amazing community musical theatre groups doing stuff in Cambridge. And I think when we were all in lockdown and I didn't have all the busy gig schedule and stuff, coming out of that period, I saw that they were doing The Sound of Music. And they were looking for the kids, and I thought, oh, this is a great opportunity for my students. So I was like, oh, they're doing this production. I was like, wait, why did I not get an audition for this? I'd love to be in The Sound of Music. I would love to play the part of Maria. Yeah. But I'd missed those auditions. I was like, oh, that's a shame. And then Joseph came up. That was like the next one. And so, I put in an audition for that.
And with the narrator, which is a fantastic
I got to play the narrator.
Part.
Yeah, but I didn't know what to expect when I went to the audition, you know. And then I found this community of people that can all sing and dance and act, and
it's quite scary because they're all really good.
So many talented people. They are.
And there's quite a few of them within Cambridge, which I love. And I remember coming to see that, and I had to come. I came on my own, and they had this one. You had to have seats were separated. You weren't sitting next to people.
Oh, right.
Because I think must have been just after COVID or something.
Yeah, that was 2021, Christmas 2021.
Yeah, so I feel like people were still a little bit
we were
worried
going
about.
back into a lockdown. I think just after. I mean, we were lucky to get it.
Yes,
because then there was another Christmas. Yeah.
So from Joseph, what did you then? Then you definitely had the right. What's next?
Yeah.
So.
Well, that director was directing the next show, which was Calendar Girls.
Which I remember, because you persuaded me to audition for it.
I did, Alex.
And get it, so.
Yeah, because I thought, who do I know that would happily get their kit off on stage? Probably. Alex Elbro would be up for that, I reckon.
Yeah, I didn't get one of those parts, but I would have done it. I did say, you had to write on the thing, didn't you?
Yeah, would you be happy?
To. Yeah.
Hello.
Luckily, I ended up being just, well, not just, but I was in the ensemble, and Brenda, the WI speaker,
you had
broccoli.
a speech about broccoli.
And you blame you for all that, but I loved it, obviously. So I have now seen into that world as well.
Yeah.
But for that, so I had to do the choreography for the people that were getting their kit off, as you would put it. As you know, as people who know the story of Calendar Girls.
Calendar Girls.
The musical, which is
there's
brilliant.
A film, so I think a lot of people have at least seen the film, even if they haven't seen the musical.
But you were one of the
I was one of the
leading
women
roles in that.
I was Celia, who'd had the boob job.
Who'd had a bit of work
I don't know why so many of my parts revolve around my boobs. I'm just not even sure
why. But
it
was a brilliant show. But it got postponed. I mean, I've only just realised this as I'm talking to you. It got postponed because we were supposed to do it in the April.
Yes,
and it got postponed because people were being ill and everything else to October, and then people had to drop out because they couldn't.
So that was 2022, right?
Yeah,
Still
I think
massive
so.
It was, yeah. because it was after Joseph. So
Yeah.
it was still a huge overhang.
Yeah. And so from there, was that when you did you do any more parts, or did you then go into, you thought you'd go into one of the creative teams?
Then it was Carousel, so I got to do Julie in Carousel. Which
and talking about the overhang, I had COVID,
role.
so I couldn't come and see you in that.
Yes, I remember that.
And I remember you saying, I'll save you a ticket, because there was no seats to be had.
No,
And
so completely sold
so I
out.
couldn't come on the day I was going to come. And then you said, I'll save you a ticket for Saturday if you're well enough. And I was like, you give my ticket away, I cannot do it. And it was such a shame, because it was such a brilliant show. And that went on to win an award, didn't it? Or
Yeah,
at
we
least-
did. We won a NODA award. If anyone knows what that is.
Yeah.
It's sort of like NMG, but for theatre in you know, the east of England. So
yeah. So
pretty cool.
So you've been playing some really excellent parts.
I've had some amazing parts.
But you did go in to become the creative team for one show. But yes, you say. But you haven't done that since. That's what I was going to say.
No,
you
no, I did one more.
less.
Yeah, I think when you're on the creative team.
So you were the choreographer,
just to explain
weren't
to
you?
listeners. Yeah, I was the choreographer. I was putting all those years of dancing to good.
Exactly.
But I was very rusty. So. Yeah, and then you're running the auditions, and then you've got to put the show together. I mean, it's so much work. Oh my gosh!
And it's not easy, I imagine, doing all the auditions. But you know, people auditioning, as I know, it's hard, and we've talked about that already. But actually, then being the person to pick the people, and then either make somebody very happy, make somebody disappointed, but then also hope that the group are going to gel. And that you've picked the right people, and you don't have the regrets and saying, oh, that other person I thought might have been good actually would have been better than that. I mean, I'm sure once you're going, you don't often think like that, but it is all going through your mind at the time.
Everybody's doing it for fun, right? No one's paid.
Yeah.
So, you know, people are giving up their time, and you just hope that you've got a good group that makes it like a good,
and that was the wedding singer,
process.
by the way.
Yeah, we did the wedding
Yeah.
singer. Alex played Grandma. She was hilarious. Hilarious.
That was intentionally hilarious.
Yes, you were meant to, it was a funny part.
It was, and it was a joyful role because
you were so
she
good.
was, but
I was so proud
also
of you.
had to learn a bit of dancing from you. So that was probably my first time of having to make sure I wasn't just jigging about. I had to do like proper choreography.
You learned choreography, and she did it. And to be fair, the rest of the cast were all in their 20s, pretty much.
Yes, I was a lot older.
You were keeping up with them. I'm not even joking. It was amazing.
Enough about me. But from that though, you did that, and you have done a few more choreography and singing, and we've helped out with some of the
a little bit of singing coaching and
because sometimes I've noticed some of the musical directors are very good at music, but I haven't necessarily led people in singing before, and warm-ups and things like that. So sometimes
and just having that like vocal knowledge and technical knowledge is just a slightly different skill.
So from there, you've done many roles. You've been in I can't remember her name now, but the Dolly character in 9 to 5.
Yes, Doralee.
There you go. And that was at the Arts Theatre, which must have been fun. And then fast forward to Guys and Dolls.
Yeah.
But in the new arts, the
refurbished arts.
Yes.
Yeah.
So
I didn't notice much had changed, but it was. I mean, the dressing rooms were a bit smarter.
Oh, were they?
No, it's great. I'm sorry. New seats.
Yeah, maybe new seats, but different configuration.
No, it's lovely. My memory's terrible, so I don't remember what it looked like before. I think it was fine.
It was fine. I was about to say, what's the big difference between the two?
Yeah, so like you've got the ADC theatre, which is primarily a student theatre, and it's only like 230 capacity in there, but it's very intimate space, and there's some. I mean, you've done shows in the ADC. There's a vibe, right?
Yeah,
it just feels so. I don't know.
Yeah.
From watching stuff in there as an audience member, but also just in that theatre, it is lovely.
It's very much designed for that, isn't it? Which is lovely. Now, one of the biggest roles I've seen you in, I think, I mean, those are all brilliant roles, but the one that I felt that was really stand out was Jesus Christ Superstar last year. That the creative team decided they were going to be very, what's the word? But they were going to explore whatever, and they were going to do gender neutral on how they
cast the show. Yeah.
And you were cast as Jesus.
I was cast.
And I imagine that was even a surprise to yourself at the time.
It was definitely a surprise.
Yeah, because I can remember talking about going to the auditions and thinking about what you're going to do, and yeah, you think, oh, maybe that's role, but probably Mary.
Yeah, I auditioned for Mary like every other female in Cambridge. That was an experience, yeah. Playing Jesus.
Yeah, but you were incredible in it. So how did you?
Very kind.
How did it feel to be in that part? Were you okay with it? Because I know that it could have brought up a lot of comments, and I don't know. Hopefully there weren't any.
I was prepared for that.
Right.
I think we had one reviewer that said that they would not be coming to review the show because of our casting decisions.
Oh.
Okay. Which actually I think our director Suzanne was found quite amusing. She was sort of like, well, whatever. She doesn't care. So.
Well,
I mean,
you're acting, aren't you? So you're playing, so nobody was.
Yeah, I mean, nobody's trying to say that the Son of God was a female.
No.
It wasn't a political.
No.
Movement on that. It was just, we've got so many talented females in Cambridge, let's open up this casting. I mean, one of the other characters, Annis, was played by Lucy Kivlin.
Yes, exactly.
She is also female presenting.
Yes.
And so, I think they just wanted to give
open
the role
it up to
in their mind, the best person for the job, whether they be male or female. And so that's how it kind of worked out. So
did you have to do a lot of training for that, as in, because it's a really intense role?
It is a very intense role.
You were doing it for how many nights a week?
We did it for 2 weeks.
Yeah.
I think I got through it okay. I think it was like the Thursday night of the second week. I remember thinking, I'm really tired.
Yeah.
Now, just
it
like
must be really
emotionally, vocally, I'm quite tired. I was still trying to do some teaching in the day, doing the show at night.
Because people also forget that when you go and see so many of the local theatres things that we see here, you forget people are doing a full-time job in the day. They don't have the luxury of going. Yeah. Of being asleep all day and then coming to oh darling, I'm off to the theatre and doing my part. Yeah. They're managing their life, their family, their everything else, and then coming and doing a fantastic performance. Because I would say that the standards in Cambridge are so high that you would never know that pretty much any of the performances are not West End worthy. Yeah. And it saves you going to London.
I mean, for less than £20 a ticket, and it's on your doorstep. Cambridge theatre scene is really worth a lot.
Yes,
it's so entertaining. I've seen some brilliant shows.
And you did Next to Normal recently, which was a very hard watch.
A lot of people won't know about that show, but it's again a bit like Jesus Christ Superstar. It's pretty much sung through. There's a few little bits of dialogue scenes, but mainly sung through, rock score. Bit of country and some other ballads and stuff in there, but like quite a rocky score. And I played a mother that had bipolar and was grieving basically. So it was again a very intense role.
Yes. So do you think you channel though, like the stuff that you've been in the band, that you can channel the sort of rock and the physical element of it? I think it probably helps, doesn't it?
Fred's House has been an amazing training ground for singing contemporary styles in musical theatre, because I mean, musical theatre now, you have to be able to do every single vocal style. I mean, it's just insane, really. I mean, obviously you're going to get people who are better in certain genres than others, but and in musical theatre it's so vocally demanding. Just the new music that's coming out is expecting massive ranges on.
So I think it's interesting that the crossover, that a lot of, I mean, it's all theatre and musical theatre are having to get celebrities in for ticket sales.
Yes, Tour of Legally Blonde right now has Amber Davies in, who's
so
TikTok.
But sometimes those people aren't vocally trained. They're not performance theatre trained.
No,
and sometimes it can be a real hard shock for them. I always think when they bring somebody in and then they meet all the musical theatre lot, they must think, oh my goodness, how do I keep up with this lot?
Yeah.
Sam Ryder is, you know, doing Jesus
at the moment. Yeah,
and
we met him backstage at a festival a couple of years ago. If only I'd known that he was going to be playing Jesus, and I'd be like, mate, I just played Jesus.
Yeah, I'll give you some tips.
But this was all before we were both Jesus.
Yeah. But he does seem to have that incredible vocal range.
He does.
I think
he's an athlete. Oh my God. He's amazing.
And in it, he doesn't have to dance very much, which some of the other people.
If you're Jesus, you just get to stand there while everybody else
Herod has to just talk. Can talk. I mean, I know they do sing, but you could. They're both. Well, Jesus is very different. How much they have to do compared to Herod, but I think he's been I feel like he's a very good casting for that. But I think sometimes it must be hard for other people to come in, because I feel like that the real. You are like say I've said before, the triple threat of musical theatre people have done all of that, and but you've had the training of both, so it's probably really helpful with that. Now we're going to play another song. It's the one you mentioned before, Dark City.
Yes.
And there's a different sort of emphasis on this one, isn't there?
Yeah, because this is one that Lockie wrote, and when he played it to me, I was like, I love it, Lockie, it's so cool, but I can't picture myself singing this. I don't think, like, just lyrically, if you listen to the lyrics, it doesn't feel like something that can come from me. You should sing it. And he had been doing some backing vocals in the band, and like I was trying to kind of encourage that and stuff, so he's like, okay. So yeah, I made him do it, but I'm so glad, because quite often people say, I love Dark City, that is a great song.
Yeah, it's just a nice difference to have a different...
It is, it's nice to have a different voice. It like breaks it up. People don't get so bored of me.
So let's have that. Fred's House and Dark City.
I could be righteous, but I don't know what it means. I am a fighter, torn apart at every seam. God knows I've tried to be a better man than what you see. A liar, a fool who's walking free. Everybody needs somebody. I want to hold your perfect body. The lights are red, but don't you worry, I won't slow down. I'm in a hurry. I am a writer, holding a blank page. I have desires I want to disobey. Here in my bloody hands, I'll hold you till the bitter end. A martyr, that is what I dreamed I'd be. Everybody needs somebody. I want to hold your perfect body. The lights are red, but don't you worry, I won't slow down. I'm in a hurry. I feel the fire. I'm finally ready to do what I was made for, honey. My mind's a mess, my legs are jelly. I'm coming for you in this dark city. I need you to give me your body, Dark City. I need you to give me your body, Dark City. Everybody needs somebody. I want to hold your perfect body. The lights are red, but don't you worry, I won't slow down. I'm in a hurry. Everybody
So that was Dark City, and so you're not singing on that, but you're singing on it, but not
a bit more
taking the main
vocals. Yeah.
And have you sort of found your groove again with writing and everything else now?
Oh, I've had another dry period recently. I haven't written anything for ages.
Do you think? Well, you've got to get this album out anyway before you do any more. To be honest, I'm giving you your mentoring now. But but do you think you're going to? Yeah, does it go in waves, songwriting? It seems like it does.
Yeah, it does for me, definitely. Yeah. I don't know why. And sometimes if I just start... Yeah, or maybe you need something to write about, and if everything's just kind of fine, that's the most boring song ever, isn't it? Although, sometimes I write about things from both.
Yeah. And do you ever write with the rest of the band, or do you bring them a song?
Usually that way.
Yeah.
I have written a couple of songs with Lockie. Yeah. Because.
But then you've got the thing of getting together to do it.
Yeah, and he's had a baby.
Yeah. So
recently, he's now dad. So it's just. I'm sure we will again do some more writing. Annoyingly, Lachlan is an amazing songwriter, but he'll just like pop out a gem every like 3 years. You know, he's not prolific in any way.
Crafting it to be its best thing.
Right.
Sometimes you need to get it out and then you can edit it or whatever. Yeah,
exactly.
Yeah. Oh, well, that'll probably come time, because like you said, they are your best friends and bandmates, aren't they? So it feels like you've got a good team together now.
Yeah.
It's just all of like everything, isn't it? Finding time for things. Yeah. What would you say, have you got a most memorable gig out of all of them, or have you had one?
I mean, obviously China's right up there.
Yeah.
We've played some of our favourite gigs, say at the Junction in Cambridge, because we've had like a home crowd there. Yeah.
And what about for musical theatre? Is there any performances characters that you'd love to play, even if
I'd love to play.
Or what's your favourite one that you've played, would you say, out of the ones you've played?
I mean, again, Jesus has got to be up there.
Yeah.
The recent one that I did, Next to Normal, playing Diana. I like the challenge of playing something gritty that I can get my teeth into.
Yeah. But then it takes its toll emotion, and like you say, so maybe that's why the songwriting hasn't come on, because you can't.
I've got somewhere else to put my emotion.
Yeah.
That's true.
Yeah. And having spoken to other people, I think is true. Songwriting just doesn't fall out of your hand. You know, like you have got to kind of almost set time for it. And when you are busy with doing other things, sometimes even if you want to, you might write. Even if you wrote notes. Try and actually get it down into something.
Yeah, and I'll quite often, when it was coming to. When I was feeling a bit more inspired, I might have like an idea or something, but then like I'll be out on my dog walk. Yes. And I'll be like, I got this melody, and then that's going around my head, and I'll get my phone out quickly and like record it. Yeah. And then sometimes you listen back to it and you go, well, that's rubbish. But sometimes you're like, no, that's a real earworm. It keeps, and then I can build a song around that. And so,
So it's
But you know, Fine Life was our big first single, and I remember writing that with Griff, and he was sitting on the sofa with a guitar, and I was making fajitas, I think. And I was like cooking. We had like one of those little open plan things, and we just like whacked out the chorus while I was making dinner. And there it was. And, you know, that's still one of our favourite songs that we get asked to play. So it's just
well, it's sounding like you're in a good place, even if some of the admin of it hasn't quite got there yet, but it's all ready to go. And then lots of gigs coming up. You're playing at the at various things.
Yeah, we've got a couple of summer festivals and garden parties and a wedding and stuff we're playing at. So we've got a few things.
So hopefully we'll hear more of Fred's House coming up. Now, we're going to finish now, but before we do that, I really want to thank you for having a lovely chat with me and being so honest.
Too honest.
And we're going to play, though, a video now. Yeah. And it's taken from the NMG Awards a couple of years ago. Yeah. Do you want to explain about it?
Yes, so this was at, we opened the NMG Awards 2024? 3? No. Get out.
I remember it, but I couldn't have told you what year. Yeah.
In amazing sparkly dresses. That was a cool night, and this is one of the songs that we've written. It's like our favourite one to play live.
But
recordings in the can. We haven't released it yet.
So people are going to hear it maybe sometimes the first time here.
I don't mind saying I wrote this song. I'm very proud of it. It's a banger. It's called Freight Train.
Well, thank you very much, Vikki.
Thank you, guys.
Lovely. And this is Freight Train, Fred's house.
Say what I think you said. It's so quiet here, the pen dry. So down to hurt my heart stuck. 3 little words that